Hi, and welcome to CloudAcademy.com's video series on Google Cloud Platform, the basics. In this video, without going into too much detail, we'll briefly explore the possibilities of integrating stored data resources and the contents of other Google services with the services you deploy on the Google Cloud. A great deal of the utility of Google integration begins with storage. Let's click on Storage in our Google Developers Console. Click on Storage Browser. Let's add a bucket. Give a name. This name has to be unique throughout the entire Google system. So just the word unique probably won't do it. We'll add a few numbers, and that might give us an acceptable bucket name. It is. Let's create a new folder for this bucket. You can give it any name we like. Call it data, and let's enter the data folder and upload a file to the data folder, let's say a JPEG. We now have data in our first storage bucket. With data like this, not necessarily this particular JPEG, but with data like this, we can now expand the usability of the whole Google system through their very quick and seamless access in almost every resource they offer. For instance, you could create a startup script to help launch a Google Compute Engine instance. You could upload the script to a bucket in Google Cloud Storage and simply point to the script in the setup of your Google Compute Engine instance, and when the instance loads, it will load by reading the script. You could similarly create a CSV file for training the prediction API. For more details, of course, you could always read up on the prediction API. You could import MySQL databases that you created elsewhere on the internet or on your own local computers and integrate them with Google Cloud SQL. In many ways, the possibilities that Google Cloud Storage offers are limited only by your imagination. Speaking of MySQL databases, you could create a MySQL instance to run as a resource as part of your system, whether within Google or outside Google, just by clicking Create an Instance, giving the instance a name like data, let's say, specifying the region you'd like this instance to live in and the tier or the amount of computing resources you'd like to devote to this instance. You can also show advanced options, by the way, to configure more finely the precise way you'd like this instance to run. Once you're satisfied with the configuration, you click Save, and you'll now have a MySQL instance running on demand, as it was set up by default. Whenever there's a query made against the data in your MySQL instance from anywhere within your Google project, the instance will come alive, provide the data that's been requested, and then after a few minutes of non-use, go back to sleep, potentially costing you very little money. Besides the data you've actively stored in Google Cloud Storage or in Google Cloud SQL, you could also make use of data that's available in almost any other Google app. For instance, YouTube videos, Google Maps, anything stored on a Google Drive account to which you have access. All these resources are available for Google Compute Engine or many other Google services that you can make available to your instances, often with no cost for the data transfers.